It is the Riot podcast.
Happy Wednesday!
Is anybody wondering whether or not Nikki put her tree up yesterday?
Did I or did I not?
The podcast will answer your questions.
But you must listen to the podcast. In case you're like, I'm going to just tune in for a second, you must listen to the whole thing.
I buried it. I buried the lead.
Did you?
I did. So you'll have to find it. Also, Xbox One X got one. Talk of that and how much time I spent playing it last night. Let's see. We talk about Spider-Man and Spider-Man related things.
Yep.
Wait, what did you say?
Well, Blu-rays. I guess you didn't talk about that.
Okay. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. I actually, after we did it, I was like, do we really need to put that in there?
I think you should.
All right, fine.
I think it's good to put it in there.
It's back in.
Okay, made it in.
All right, copying it over right now. We'll make sure that gets in the podcast. It's a long discussion about Obadiah's intense first world problems.
Did you also include talks of which food we wish would come back? We talked about that a lot. We've got a posting if you go to, there's 2 Facebook pages you should obviously be following. That's our Radio U Riot show page, but then we also have one for Radio U that we post on too. Josh, one of our evening DJs, posted a couple of nights ago about an item that's coming to McDonald's, a classic one that's returning. And then we talked about items we're missing from places like restaurants, fast food, soda, chips that we miss that they're gone now.
Okay, last item that fits into that. Something that Pepsi's doing in Japan that
I really want
They may have almost earned our respect.
I am so excited because isn't it the Pepsi Cherry Blossom one?
Yeah, we had that
one, yeah. But this one is a special Christmas cola, and we'll tell you what it is.
Oh, but we will. So, hey, you guys have a great Wednesday. Enjoy the podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow.
You guys can do it.
Woo!
Yay, bye.
Bye.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious Radio U music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Spider-Man, he does the things that a spider can.
Remind me to say in a second, once we congratulate our winner, to ask what spurred this question of the morning.
Oh, no, I already have the answer ready for you.
Okay.
There's a reason why we're talking about Spider-Man.
I thought there was.
Okay, so
and I want to guess.
Your question of the morning, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Give me one of the people who created Spider-Man.
You've got Mark, and there's 4 options here.
What do you got, Mark?
I've got Stan Lee for you.
Okay.
But you knew another one.
That's right. You also mentioned off air, you had mentioned Jack Kirby, who is not officially listed as one of the creators.
So that's where some of the controversy comes in.
So, well, hey, man, thanks for calling. Have a good morning.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
I actually was with him. I would have said Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Stan Lee was the one you mentioned who has all the cameos.
All the Marvel cameos.
Including
in all the movies.
Thor. He's in Thor, too.
But if you Google it, and I really haven't spent a lot of time digging into this, but Tom DeFalco, Steve Ditko, Ron Frenz all lay claim to Spider-Man creation. Now, why is it controversial? Because Spider-Man's worth billions.
So when money's involved, then everybody's fighting over that.
So it's not bragging rights on the playground.
No, it's for the money.
Money. And at this point, it's for some of them, it's not even their money. It's their kids and their grandkids that want the money.
So did they all do it together, or was it just like whose house actually owns it?
Well, I'm not even ready. I have 20 articles here explaining the, and I quote, $1 billion cover-up of Spider-Man. So I don't know.
So it's not like, well, we knew there was a cover-up, but still this man is the man who drew him.
Right.
Like there's not that information.
I literally didn't dig into it.
Gotcha.
The reason I'm thinking about Spider-Man
is because
let's jump over
here,
to this.
Here it is.
One of my favorite comic books of all time.
Yeah.
Like all time is a comic called Ultimate Spider-Man. Started back in the 2000s. I didn't get into it when it was new. I want to say Christmas like of 10 or 11. I'm talking like I will choke you to death with family Bible-sized Spider-Man book that was the collected first 60 or 70 issues, I think, of Ultimate Spider-Man. I cherish that book.
You do?
Because, well, now I just read it online, but at the time...
At the time, that was momentous.
Yes, and it is probably one of my absolute favorite comic book stories ever, and it's all written by a guy named Brian Michael Bendis. He made me a Spider-Man fan, Nikki. I didn't hate Spider-Man before that, but I didn't love him. and now I love him.
And what's the news?
And Brian Michael Bendis, who has been writing for Marvel Comics for, I think, 20 years, maybe longer, he yesterday, I mean, literally when the show ended yesterday, it was like a timed thing. It hit the internet, and he is now writing exclusively for DC Comics.
Uh-oh.
So that means the guy that made me love Spider-Man is going to try to make me love Batman.
Okay, he's going to the other side.
Which, joke's on him, I already love Batman. In fact, I loved Batman a long time before I loved Spider-Man.
Thought the question morning came because the Best Buy ad for Black Friday came out, and Spider-Man movie was on sale, like on Blu-ray, and I knew you wanted that or you already bought it, and I thought, well, maybe that's what the question came from, but I was wrong.
Well, that's a thing. Let's not get it wrong.
That did happen. I mean, it is a part of the sale.
Thing, but it's not necessarily related. But that's a good one too, Nikki.
Sure, the Riot could start eating healthy, or they could continue living happy, enjoyable lives. The Riot on Radio U.
So you spent some time in Ireland.
Yeah.
And of course, in my mind, I'm in Ireland. I want Irish food.
That'd be nice.
Except, Irish food is just gross.
Well, it might not be.
It's like blood pudding and haggis and I don't know, stuff.
I don't know if that is all yes with Ireland, but not everything is our cup of tea.
No. And I don't even know if the Irish drink tea. That's British, Nikki.
Sure.
And they can be sensitive about that,
I
too.
know,
so be very careful.
Can.
Very, very careful. So there's that. So you're in Ireland and you say to yourself, you know what? Let's get Indian. Sure. Because, how popular is Indian food there? I don't know.
Very popular.
It's popular here. I know here at Radio U, Chinese food is the most popular, which, of course, it's just American Chinese, which is chicken nuggets deep fried in a sauce.
With some sort of citrusy orange sauce, but we love it and we can't complain.
I could eat it every
day. I know,
day.
me too.
And everybody upstairs, there's like a revolution happening upstairs against Chinese food.
Nope, we'll stand strong.
That's fine. Nikki and I'll just go without you. It's cool. Don't you sweat it. But there was an Indian restaurant in there.
In Ireland?
In Ireland, they have the Food Safety Authority of Ireland. And it is their job to make sure that, things are good. So I would like to read you a report from this Indian restaurant in Donegal. And here's what it says. Human excrement was...
Don't start with that.
No, I'm just reading the report, Nikki.
It's a report.
This isn't a restaurant where people are eating.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Okay,
keep going.
Ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Human excrement was overflowing and ponding.
What's that?
Ponding? That's a verb? That? I didn't even know that was a verb.
I didn't even know
Can you
that
even
word.
do that? Ponding?
I guess.
I assume that ponding is the creation of a pond, which would be like a lake or body of water.
I don't think so, is it?
I think it is.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, to form a small lake. Maybe it's something different in Ireland.
All right, here we go. Human excrement was overflowing and ponding in an area beside the shed in which the potato peeler was located.
Ew! Well, a lot of stuff's growing in that anyways.
Well, yeah, but once you pull it out of the ground, I don't want you to soak or coat it.
Yes, true. The
potato peeler, we're peeling the potato to get the funk off, right?
But it's ponding.
Oh, man. Yep. So they also found dirt, mold, and encrusted food on the windows.
Which seems less after hearing the first thing.
Doesn't seem as bad, does it?
It's not as disgusting.
If you told me, hey, the potato peeler is in a pond of poop, or we got a little something on the wall.
I'm going with that one.
Nikki and I ate at a Chinese restaurant one time that I think they painted the walls with food.
Yes, they did.
And we ate there.
I know we did.
Why did we do that?
Disappointed.
I still think back to that sometimes. Why did we do that?
Part of me, when you go into a place and maybe it looks so bad, but you think, what if it's a gem in the rough? What if it's one of those places where couldn't stand looking, but the food is amazing? And we went in thinking maybe the food is so good, but it was wrong on both counts.
Did you notice that I didn't come to work the next day?
Did you not?
Do you think it's related?
I don't know, maybe.
No, it's not true. But they had dirt. I said the dirt and the mold. And then food storage containers in the fridge were covered with black mold.
Well, it's ponding.
Mm-hmm. So, look, and a couple doors down, they had to close a pizza place because of, some
Or mismanagement.
Mm-hmm. So this is great. Just keep in mind that, you're saying to yourself, that's in Ireland, it's fine. That's wrong. I want you to know that where you had lunch yesterday, very similar report.
If you have a favorite place, sometimes we used to do this. You go online and look up its health code violations.
Don't do it.
The one that our Chinese restaurant that we haven't eaten at forever that you never really liked, the one down the road that had the health code violations.
Yeah.
The one next to the barbecue
The one where
place.
they had the rat droppings?
No, they had
food?
the cockroach in the delivery bags.
Oh, cockroach in the delivery bag. That's not so bad.
Yes, but that
cockroach
place...
got to have a home, too?
they just want to go.
They just want to live.
That's how they move. They're redoing the place. I don't know if you drove past it. For one brief moment, I was like, does this mean we can go in?
Okay,
Is that resetting the button?
I love Chinese food, but not that
You
place.
never liked it.
No.
I liked it. They had a buffet. A buffet is so good.
I don't understand why everybody else did like it.
I like their egg rolls.
Okay. Well, see, I don't eat egg rolls,
So maybe that's where the problem is. But they're redoing it, so I wasn't sure if now I can go back again.
Is it safe? They want you to think it's safe.
Yeah, but it's just the outside I'm seeing a difference in.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Whoa! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Last night, the Xbox One X showed up.
At someone's house. It was supposed to be there for a few more days.
I was shocked that I got it. I bought it from Newegg, which is an online retailer, and I saw people that bought it from Amazon that were like, yeah, it's supposed to come today. I'm not getting it until Thursday. So there was kind of a little mini online outrage, which I know, angry people on the internet.
That's something new.
Who's ever heard of that? But I did end up getting it yesterday. So that was the release day. Again, super surprised because I bought Egg Saver shipping, which is...
When something comes with that name, you know that it's not like a high priority.
That's the cheapest possible way to ship from them.
Is that really what they call it?
That's what they call it, Egg Saver.
Right, Egg Saver.
Well, if your company's Newegg, you put egg in there.
Just kind of go with it.
It's the thing you do. So, yeah, got it home, got it unboxed, plugged in. It's weirdly heavy. It is so heavy. It is the heaviest game console I think I've ever carried anywhere. But got it all plugged in and updated. And then I came to the realization that I don't have any games.
One didn't come with it, or?
It doesn't come with one. And I have lots of games that I own digitally.
Yeah.
But I don't own a single physical Xbox game. So... that was a thing.
So you got to download it.
I had to download them. So by the time I got the console stuff downloaded, and Halo 5 was, I believe, about a 100 gig download. And I am sorry to report.
It's still downloading?
I have not played a single game on my Xbox.
Well, you should have gone and grabbed something.
Well, okay, Nikki, I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Well, I didn't know, like a red box or something.
Well, I thought about that too. Funny you should say that. But the other side of it is that today I have Halo 3, which is like a 40-year-old game, but I bought it for $5, and it is an enhanced title for the Xbox. And so I was like, I want to see what that looks like. And then I also have... What is it? I bought Titanfall 2. Both of those should show up today. But see, when I bought those, I was like, yeah, I'll be lucky if I have the console by Friday. So who cares? I got the Egg Saver.
I chose the Egg Saver shipping.
Egg Saver, guys.
I'm not expecting it.
Little did I know that it would show up yesterday, and I was unprepared.
It still bums you out when you have something and you've been waiting for it for a really long time, and then on the day you get it, it's like on Christmas and something needed a new SIM card or like a battery or something like that, and it doesn't work out and you can't do anything about it until the next day.
It was exactly that. It was weird. I was so excited about it. I was like, yeah, but see, the dashboard just looks like every other Xbox you've ever used. So I'm like, oh gosh, okay. I feel disappointed right now.
You're going to like it.
I just got another Xbox, so what? And I've had people asking me like, hey, is the Xbox One X worth it? All that money, was it worth it? Is it cool? Tell me about it.
I'll tell you tomorrow when you get to play.
If you want to see what my Xbox looks like right now, you can check me on Instagram. That's Obadiah Radio U, and you'll see a picture that says Halo 5 installing. That's
still what it looks like.
So far has been no. I will say, okay, like I set up a big download before I went to bed last night.
Yeah.
So at home installed right now, I've got Gears of War 4, Halo 5, and Dead Rising 4, and then I've got the other 2 games showing up today. So I'll go from having nothing to play to more than I could ever play.
Which means you won't have enough time.
That's
how
exactly
that
right.
works out.
Something happens tonight that also keeps me from doing this. This is the way it works.
You're ready probably for your toilet to break.
Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say that. Don't
Because
say
it would
it.
be something like that.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Lord, save me from that or anything else.
It'll be fine.
Waking up with the Riot makes your nightmares not seem so bad. Actually, you might want to just go back to sleep. Radio U.
So this one time at work, and not when I worked here, I got put on this like little assignment, and they were like, "Yeah, you have to work with so and so," and everybody was like, "Oh,
Was that supposed to be bad?
you got to work with him? He's the worst." No, really. He's the worst. I'm telling, and everybody, he's bad, he's this, that. Everybody had, all these bad things to say about him. And I was like, I even got a phone call on a Sunday night going into work on Monday. And somebody was like, "Hey, I heard that tomorrow you're working with so-and-so." I was like, "How did you get this number? Why are you calling me?"
Why is this so bad?
And they're like, "Yeah, just, blank, told me this stuff about him and whatever." And I just decided when I got off the phone, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going in there tomorrow "Hey, this guy's the worst. I'm going to have the worst time." I'm going to go in there "Man, you know what? I love Mondays and I love you and we're going to have the best time. And I mean, it wasn't always the best time, but I will say I got to know this guy for who he was, not who everybody else says he was.
Sure.
And by the end of the week, not only did he and I get along pretty well, but here's what I thought was funny. A lot of the people came around me. They were like, why is that?
Why is that working out?
Why is this working? I'm really surprised, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I just gave him a chance. And I want you to know that I feel like, while it's not a perfect example, I feel like that in a lot of ways is who Jesus is. I have heard all kinds of bad things about him. I've heard people that know him be like, "Man, he hates everybody." Oh, well, he likes some people, but not you. Surely not you. He's the worst. Terrible taskmaster. Enormous killjoy. No fun at all. All these things. So I have been getting to know Jesus for who he really is. And one of the things that I do when I spend time praying at whenever is a lot of times I'll say to God, "Okay, God, instead of who I think you are, I want to know you for who you really are. And instead of me pretending to be something I'm not," because I do that sometimes where I'm like, "Well, God, let's talk about how good I was today and all the good things I do." And I want to be who I really am, and I want to know who you really are. And here's what I'm finding out. God is roughly the gentlest, kindest, nicest person that you will ever encounter. God loves me so much. God cuts me so much slack. He forgives me when I mess up. He encourages me when I'm down. He loves me. And I know that I am special, but not special. He wants to do the same thing for you. Jesus wants to be a part of your day-to-day life. And I feel like I could tell you a lot of things about him, but you know what? You should get to know him for yourself. It's Wednesday. You're going into class. You're going into work. Why don't you work with that one guy? There's been a lot of talk about him, a lot of rumors. You've heard some good, mostly bad, maybe, Get to know him for who he really is. Start here and just say, "Jesus, okay. If you're what Obadiah says, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I know you love me. I want to start a relationship with you." And that is a great place to start, getting to know who God really is. Because I got to tell you, I just don't see a world where you're disappointed.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the Riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So yesterday, I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but Nikki was having what I would call a moral dilemma. She got a Christmas tree on Monday.
Do you remember Monday? I do. Walking in, buying a new tree.
And she came in on Tuesday to talk to us about it because you can't do anything without my permission.
That's what I've learned through the shows throughout the years.
It's taken years of oppression and me looking down on her to get her to seek my approval on things. And
I didn't want to put the tree up and then it not be okay with you and have to deal with the consequences. Mm-hmm. No, but I was so excited on Monday because I really felt like it's almost here.
Christmas?
Yes, not like Christmas Day, but like the season.
The season?
Is almost here. Normally I wait till the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and I decorate then, but I saw the tree in the box, and I really wanted to put it up.
Taking a look here, we're 46 days away from Christmas.
Practically tomorrow.
All right. I mean, we're there, right?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, so 46 days until Christmas, and Nikki was all set. We gave her, I feel like corporately, we gave her permission.
We posted, if you go to our Radio U Riot or our Radio U Facebook page, we posted, though that was not my tree. People thought I got a real tree.
Well, you know what? It was just supposed to be a fun picture, but in fairness, a lot of the times we post the real picture.
True.
So I can see the confusion.
But people thought it was the real one, and they're like, you can't have a real tree for this amount of time, like it would dry out, but I bought a fake tree.
So fake trees are evergreen. Perfect. So, Nikki, tell us, how does it look?
It's, I got home and I was all ready, and then I had a meeting, and then I took a quick I got my license plates. I had to get a new license plate.
Oh, my gosh.
And by the time I got home, I had forgotten it was time to put the tree up.
That's the part. Okay, that's the part I can't believe. I totally understand not doing it.
I didn't do it.
Because you come home and you're like, you know what? Sure, at 6 a.m. this seemed like a great idea, but at 6 p.m.?
And it was too late. I just forgot that I was okay to put it up. And then by the time you texted me later to say, hey, is the tree up? Then it was way too late to start it.
Yeah.
So the space is still open. We've moved items so that the tree can go there.
Yeah.
But no tree yet.
Oh, Nikki. I'm
disappointed too. Now, am I so disappointed I'll put it up today?
No.
I don't know. I
don't think you will. I think what happened is that once you got permission to do it, then it went from I get to do it, then it turned into I have to do it, and then it turned into you don't tell me what to do.
No, I don't feel that. I feel like if I didn't get people's permission, then there was a little bit of I'm being a rebel. I'm putting the tree up early.
Oh, and then once it was okay, you just didn't care.
And now it's like, well, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I'm too tired.
If you're sneaking around putting the tree up, it's fun. But when everybody can see you putting it up, who cares?
Then it's fun, and they're okay with it.
I don't even like this. It's stupid.
That's where we're at right now. No tree up yet, but any day now, you don't know.
Okay.
It might just go up.
Well, just want to let you know, in the last 3.5 minutes since we've been talking, it's still 46 days to Christmas.
Is it?
So it seemed like
it was more days into it.
Seemed like it was almost here, and it was just happening so fast. Still 46 days.
I just want it to be that time when everybody's in it. Like we're all ready and decorated, and all the lights are up.
I understand that. I do, but...
And we're almost there, so give me that countdown.
Because I'm traveling, I'm not putting my tree up until after Thanksgiving.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
How many of you have said to yourself, I love cake? All right, I see all the hands.
Everybody. Now put them back because you're driving.
Okay. How many people have said to yourself, I love Pepsi? Not as many hands.
That's the problem. I feel like out of Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi, I go Diet Coke all the time.
Diet Pepsi is punishment. Like, I imagine you go to prison and they're like, look, all the Diet Pepsi you want.
That disappointment when you go to the restaurant and you're like, well, what do you have? And they only carry Pepsi products.
Yeah. Pepsi's so bad that restaurants weren't carrying it. So Pepsi started buying restaurants to force restaurants to carry Pepsi. That's a true story.
Now, maybe you like it, or maybe you like something else Pepsi offers. So by that way, you just have to enjoy it.
No, but I got to tell you what, this might be a special occasion.
I want this so bad.
This might be a little something. Pepsi has just announced.
Oh my God.
This is so ridiculous, and I swear we're not trying to kill you with Christmas, but guys, Christmas soda. Pepsi Christmas Cola.
This will be available in Japan, so want that. But the Christmas Cola.
Hey, I know a guy.
will be celebrating Christmas Cola, which is supposed to be cake flavored, like a Christmas cake. So think a sponge cake covered with whipped cream and strawberries. That sort of like build up with it.
They say that's a traditional Japanese Christmas cuisine. Like cake is a big part of cake and KFC. Big part of celebrating Christmas
really
in Japan.
is, yeah.
So, Nikki described the cake to you, and now Pepsi has taken the vanilla, whipped cream, sponge, strawberry
sort of thing.
And they've shoved it in a bottle.
And it's called Christmas Cola, and that will be available on the 21st. And that is an exclusive Japan Pepsi release.
All right, well, we're going to get in touch with my friend Daniel.
You are calling him when we're done talking right now.
Yeah.
Like as in this morning.
You know what? Here, why wait?
You should send him a message now.
I can't call him, but okay, here we go. I'm voxing him. Hey, Daniel, you know who it is. I'm on the air right now.
Please.
Say it, Nikki.
Will you send the Pepsi Christmas Cola that comes out on the 21st?
November 21st there in Japan, there's going to be a Christmas Cola. It's from Pepsi. It's called Pepsi Christmas Cola. And we're going to need you to send us some. I'll be in touch later for financial arrangements. All right. Everybody say hi to Daniel.
Bye.
You can't hear them because they're not in the room, but a lot of people are yelling at you, I'm sure.
And they're probably saying, please send us one too. If you could send more than one, because if you're just like if you're shipping already, let's just ship more at the same time.
Well,
or is anyone going?
It's not a smuggling ring.
Is anybody else going over to Japan and coming back on the 21st?
Bring it back. We still have Jack's food from Denmark. I feel like
they're not offering me a Christmas cola.
Okay.
And if they did, it might have more of a licorice flavor, and I'm not falling for it.
Oh, no.
So Japan, the Christmas cola should be out, like we mentioned, on November 21st, and it tastes like cake.
Cake and Christmas in a bottle? Oh, my gosh.
I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about... Just
keep going.
All right.
It's cake, guys. It's cake.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
So, Josh, your friend and mine, on nights, he went ahead and... he found out that, what are they called? The Mac Rib?
The McRib.
Yeah, he said it was coming back, and he asked the question, hey, is there a food that is out there that you love so much and it's gone?
Because the McRib come back?
The McRib disappears.
Which I've never had.
You've never had a McRib?
It seems like this fantasy thing. It's not actually real.
I've never had an actual McRib.
Well, what have you had then?
Knockoffs.
Oh, okay. But we've never had an actual one.
No. In fact, the cafeteria used to serve, I don't think they called them McRibs. I think they called them
version
barbecue rib sandwiches.
Sure.
Come on. It was a McRib, right? But I've never gone to McDonald's for one because I think they look gross.
But they said that they're supposed to come back again. I don't know if it's yearly or
they say that it depends on the price of rib meat. Gross. That literally when rib meat hits a certain level,
when it's low enough, that's when they get it.
Then that's when they come back to McDonald's.
Gross.
There's a whole conspiracy theory about it.
It's one thing. We might not like the McRib, but that's the example of it's hard when you'll get certain things from fast food restaurants and then they take it away, or from drinks, or from candy, or from cookies and stuff.
Yeah. So here's what I wanted to see if you guys had anything that you were like, oh my gosh, I miss blank so much. So you can text it to us, 8772-RADIO-U, or you can call us. Now, of course, you can get on the Facebook thing, but it'll be harder for us to find that this morning. But we'd love to hear from you because there are some good ones here. And then there's some bad ones, like will Mrs. Chicken flatbread melts at Taco Bell? Was that, anybody even remember that being a thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some of these we just might not know.
Jeremy said early 2000s Burger King had jalapeno poppers.
Ooh, Dana just texted, said Arby's limited time deep fried turkey sandwich.
Really?
So it's available on Thanksgiving?
Oh, okay. So, I've never heard of that before. Okay, what do we got here? Doritos? What is that? Doritos 3D? Oh, come on,
Missing
Patrick.
that? Come
That's
on.
not. I mean, it's a thing for him. I'm
Try
judging.
again.
I'm judging.
You're right.
You know
We
what?
should all. I mean, we miss it on your behalf.
Ooh, Shrew says Arby's barbie or deep fried cheesecake bites. I had one of those.
Did you?
Yeah, I think did we have them? Because I had that. That was good. Arby's, they got a lot going on over there.
I never go.
Well, me either.
Maybe we should.
Let's see. Someone who has not shared their name. Germany has the McRib right now. Okay. McDonald's Pizza, says Chris from Dayton. Justin and Marion says the Angry Whopper. I remember that.
Was that an Angry Birds thing?
What? No, was it?
Was it just a spicy sauce?
I think it was just that you're mad because you're at Burger King.
We felt that.
I mean, we've all been,
Like, why am I here?
down that road.
But then it's not that bad when you're there, but still.
You know what? I like a cheeseburger from Burger King.
Every so often, it's fine.
I mean, I can't live there, but I can certainly visit.
The Burger King near us, so they can't get the freestyle thing to ever work. You're just like out.
And, you know, they're
It's
the
like
ones.
a Christmas tree that dies with the lights.
Dude, that's the guy. The manager was in there that day, and I was talking about it. They didn't have a freestyle machine yet, and he was like mad. He had such an attitude. He's like, everybody gotta have a freestyle thing. He was so mad about it. And it was like, bro.
You're like, I'm so sorry. I just don't want to come up to the counter anymore.
I was just asking if you guys had it.
But apparently not.
It's a sensitive topic. I see that.
Well, now that they have it, but they don't want to actually use it.
Okay, Franklin in Westerville, Ohio. Maxidermist funnel cake fries. Okay, all right. Let's see. Steve says he also misses 3D Doritos and the Mars candy bar. Now, the Mars bar was like a Snickers, but it had almonds instead of peanuts.
And it's not around?
I guess not. I got to be honest. I'm not a big candy bar guy, so I haven't hit the candy bar aisle in a while. Chris says the Burger King Halloween Whopper. Let's see. Shrew says there's a privately owned McDonald's that still has pizza in the U.S. That's not true.
It's not true. McDonald's found out about them, and
They
got
shut them down.
They got the shutdown notice.
You want to hear what's weird? It was the McDonald's in Pomeroy, Ohio on the Ohio River.
You happen to know that.
I know that?
You have a Nerds Blizzard from Dairy Queen someone's missing.
Oh, I remember that. I mean, I didn't eat it because, again, I hate to keep telling on the restaurants around us, but you don't want to eat at the Burger King near us. Like, you don't. I'll tell you what, Nikki, a couple minutes. You tell me what you miss.
Sure.
I'll tell you what I miss.
I'll have to think.
I got a very specific
I
item.
need to go through the list. People posted, if you go to Radio U Riot on Facebook, there's a posting there from Josh.
Yes.
Again, the McRib is back, and so we're talking about things that are back or they're going to go away again, and they just rip them out, and your heart is sad.
Mm-hmm. And you have to scroll past the picture of Josh standing in front of the 4 poster.
That's another, it's down further.
Down.
You're right. Lots of Josh.
If you were offended or disgusted by anything Obadiah said this morning,
If you weren't so dumb, I might be offended.
you must be new. You'll get used to it. The Riot on Radio U.
What are we talking about? Well, I'll tell you. We're pretty focused on foods that disappear because Josh on the Facebooks, he was telling us that not everywhere, but the McRib is back in certain parts of the United States.
So people are posting things that they missed that maybe were a limited time or taken away or come back. And what sort of food do you wish was still around?
Okay, people have been texting as well. Get yours in 877-2-RADIO-U.
I'm very surprised, but a good number of them have been about Arby's items.
Arby's?
Seems like people are missing some of the things.
Well, it sounds like Arby's tries things.
Yeah.
But here's one for Taco Bell, the naked chicken chalupa.
I think I vaguely remember that.
I remember
Was that
it
last
because they
year
were
or
like,
earlier
get
this year?
naked, haha.
Last couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. This one kills me. I didn't know this was a thing. Melinda in Edmonton, she says Chick-fil-A sweet potato waffle fries.
When were those?
What the what?
Maybe we never had them tested in our area.
I can tell you right now, I would eat those.
Now, we had the cheese sauce that was tested, and that was really good with the waffle fries. But that's not around anymore.
Okay, here's another Chick-fil-A one. Chase says the Chick-fil-A spicy breakfast burrito.
That sounds like something.
I'm typically not a breakfast burrito guy. They always want to put, what do you call it? Peppers.
Peppers
like
in it?
green pepper
Yeah,
or
you
red
don't like
pepper.
that.
I don't really like that flavor. I mean, I'll put peppers sometimes on a salad, but I like to cut them up really small. But I don't like that in a breakfast burrito.
He needs it to be his own call, like his decision.
All right, Grant.
So we know how many are in there.
Grant in Baltimore says the double XL chalupa.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Okay, now Grant, just playing devil's advocate here, couldn't you just get 2 chalupas?
Well, no, that's not the point.
It's not the same.
Tim also says a lot of people have said the 3D Doritos.
Yeah, like that That's a thing. Like, wait, why does this person say they're Miss Red Bull Cola? Did Red Bull have like a soda that was Red Bull and not just Red Bull? I never saw that.
Must have been.
I got to tell you, I used to spend a lot of times in the gas station soda sections.
You missed out.
No, I've never been much of an energy drink guy, so maybe that was the thing. What about you, Nikki? What comes to mind when we say food they used to make that you missed?
When I saw Josh's post, I thought the thing that I missed the most this year was McDonald's came out. Was it early 2016 where they were testing in a couple of markets? There are 3 versions of the Big Macs. You had the Baby Mac, which was like the Mac Jr., the normal one, and then the Grand Mac.
Yeah.
They tested it. I loved it. I loved the Mac Jr. one.
It was just Nikki size.
It was just enough to not make me feel really bad because I'm eating a Big Mac. So I loved it, and then they took it away, and then they decided to nationwide roll it out, but they only rolled it out for a couple of months, and then it went away again. So I lost that love 2 times.
That's tough.
And I just can't trust again.
It's tough, Nikki. It's tough.
But that was the only thing I could really think of. That and Diet Cherry Vanilla Dr. Pepper in the cans.
Oh, gosh. Let me tell you what.
We used to really enjoy that a lot.
There were 2 fundraisers that I used to keep. Just a rotating 12-pack over here. There's like this thing beside the desk that people can't really get to. I would hide it there because I didn't want anybody to think we were sharing it.
Nope, it was ours.
We were not sharing it. No, we weren't. No. See, I'll tell you what I miss. I think it's been 4 years maybe since they made it, but Doritos Jacked. All right, that was like this flavor sub Doritos brand, and they had a sweet chipotle barbecue
that was
Dorito. It was, my mouth is watering thinking about it.
But you can't ever get them again.
No, I can't. And they were very spicy, but very sweet and incredibly delicious. Plus, it was like a thicker chip. And so, like, it had a real kind of snap to it. It was amazing. And then I found some, and I thought they had brought them back. But it turns out that when they were unstocking, they missed a bag. And so, like, I literally bought a bag of chips that was like 2 years old.
Aw, but you thought they were coming back, which they were not.
Oh, it was rough, right? Rough. But we'll make it. You just don't love anything. That's the real lesson
here. If you open your heart too much, one of your favorite places is going to just rip it out.
You open your love to a snack food, your heart, you give your love to them, and then they're like, you know what? We don't feel like this is really profitable enough, so we're just going to stop making it.
Or they bring it back again and tease you again.
And then they rip it right back away.
Just kidding.
We're looking at you, McRib.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
Something on this show that I have probably talked about too much and been too transparent about is how excited I am about Black Friday this year. Because I basically took all my birthday money and plus money that I had saved, I put it all in a pile, and I was like, hey, I'm going shopping like you've never seen shopping before.
He took the pile of money, threw it up in the air, let it fall down on him.
Made it rain. And so I ended up...
You were very cautious with it.
I broke with my initial plans, and I did buy myself a new Xbox, which arrived yesterday. And I know I have not played it because I have no games for it. And so I...
had to download them.
I'm downloading games. I'll get a chance to check it out when I get home. So there's that. Then here's where the problem comes in. I do have some money left over for Black Friday, and I have picked out a game or 2 that I would like to buy.
Yeah.
And then I also go on my Blu-ray spree, in which I normally set aside $25, $30. I always shoot for $50. And then buy all the Blu-rays that I want because they're cheap. They'll range from $5 to $10 at the most, and I basically buy my Blu-rays for the year. And I've been really good about it this year. I haven't bought anything. I mean, there was any Blu-rays probably since early, like March, April. Now, I did a Blu-ray sale. There was a place that was selling their used Blu-rays for $4 with free shipping. And so I bought some of the movies that I probably would have bought on Black Friday.
Those are the old ones, not like anything current.
So Best Buy has made their Black Friday ad public. And here's where it all comes together with the biggest hashtag first world problems, you're a spoiled brat conversation I've ever had.
What? Okay? That you found a couple you want?
I did, but I could buy them for $6 or $7 a piece.
Yeah.
As a Blu-ray. But see, now that I have an Xbox, I could buy a 4K Blu-ray.
Here we are.
And
here we are.
Let's talk about where the price goes. The price goes from $7 or $8 to $15.
Sure, which is still a really good price.
For a 4K Blu-ray is an excellent price.
Yeah.
But then you have to start asking yourself,
is it worth it?
Is it really worth it?
That's the question, because if you have to look forward a couple of years when you no longer want some of even though you keep a lot of your items.
Movies I keep.
The question is the 4K turnaround on an item enough, or because it's taken off, but not like quite how they want it to?
It is like a small subset of an already small market.
So then if you were to ever want to dump some of those items, you'd probably get more still with Blu-ray.
Like just regular Blu-ray?
With regular Blu-ray than you would with 4K.
Here's the thing that's about these 4K Blu-rays is that they all come packed.
With the Blu-ray.
Yeah, they come, you get the 4K one and you get the Blu-ray.
I know.
So this
is a first world problem.
It is a first world problem.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I think
a couple movies when you try. Like, did you buy Spider-Man yet, or are you waiting?
No,
that's the one you want. Why do you wait on that one?
You know what, Nikki? It's funny. You know me so well. I actually, when I was looking at the list, I was like, okay, if there's any of these movies that I'm like, screw it, I'm just getting the 4K one, I don't care, it's going to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, why don't you try that?
Then right below Spider-Man, there are two other movies that I feel like are vying for my 4K dollars. And that would be
Baby Driver.
Yep.
And
what? What do you think?
Oh, Thor isn't out yet then. Nope. Oh, give me a hint. Give me a small hint.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a big hint.
Well, not two. I didn't say two.
All right, fine. So Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is that it? Those are the three?
Those are the three movies that are in hot contention for 4K. Yeah. And then the other ones, there are a couple of other ones that I would like to buy that I'm just like, you know what? Who even cares? Like I was thinking about getting Wonder Woman. Do you think I'll ever even watch that again? I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't think I will.
So then don't buy it.
I don't think I'm going to. I put it on the list with a question mark. And I'm like, that question mark feels like a racy, maybe not. But I'll tell you that Spider-Man, though, feels non-negotiable.
Seems like you've got your answers now.
Feels non-negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah. See? I'm done. Guys, I'll tell you what, I'm not talking about it again.
Until Thanksgiving?
Yeah, no,
until
seriously.
Black Friday.
I'm done. And I almost feel a little sorry that I have, over the last month, talked about it so much. And I'm done. That was my last one. I'm out.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Oh, loneliness and cheeseburgers are a dangerous mix.
The Riot with Nikki.
Shut up.
Oh, don't tell me to shut up!
The Riot on Radio U.
I said no more Black Friday, but I didn't say no more Christmas sales!
So that's totally different.
Absolutely different! Because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the people at Hidden Valley Ranch just unveiled their holiday outlet.
Which I guess, you assume there's a company behind it, but I just didn't feel like Hidden Valley Ranch was the type of company to do this, to be humorous with it.
Look, here it comes. Haters, get ready. Ranch is barfy.
It is not.
Well, there you
not
go.
Always.
Yes.
I mean, some ranch can be very watery and very just lame, but you get a good one.
Not in the Hidden Valley. In the Hidden Valley, our ranch is.
Doesn't go there.
We don't even put water in our ranch.
It doesn't puddle there?
No, it does not. You mean pond?
Yeah, right. That's another story.
So let's talk about some things that you can get in the Hidden Valley Ranch Christmas catalog.
The main one that everyone was posting about yesterday is the Hidden Valley Ranch keg.
Oh, it's the mini keg.
It's a mini keg full of ranch.
For $50, you can have a keg. And, for keg stands or whatever you feel like you need to be.
With your parents, like at the table?
Yeah.
For Christmas?
I'm just saying that you could
How small is it?
You could bring the frat house to
your house.
With the Hidden Valley Mini Ranch keg.
That is the tagline.
You know what? It doesn't say how many ounces. Well, no. Let's see. It's 9.7 inches tall and 6.3 inches in diameter. I don't feel like that's big enough.
I don't think it can be.
Is that $50 worth of ranch to you?
Not to me, but you're buying the keg.
So how many? It's okay. Well, when you start really thinking about it, it's 5 liters of ranch. That's a lot of ranch.
That seems like a pretty good time.
Yeah. I don't want that ranch. I don't want any ranch.
I don't have a place to put the keg.
How about, Well, you just make room. You put it on the counter. So a couple of other things. Socks that say, if you can read this, bring me a ranch.
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts that say peace, love, ranch. Then, of course, the always popular Hidden Valley Ranch hat, because that's what I wear when I'm riding the John Deere on the back 40.
Of course. There's Hidden Valley Ranch Christmas ornaments, Christmas sweaters, the ugly Christmas sweaters. Yeah.
It's a Hidden Valley bedazzled
ornament, $12.
Thank you.
There's a holiday skirt, the thing that goes around your... Oh, no, that goes around a ranch fountain.
You get the ranch fountain and skirt.
Like a chocolate fountain.
It's like a chocolate fountain, but it's ranch. Now, that's something they unveiled earlier this year.
Yeah, I thought we'd seen that already.
We have, but not with this new holiday skirt. Now, that's a $10 premium, but, look at how nice it is.
There's nothing really on this list I want. I don't want the cell phone case. I don't want the crew neck. I don't want the bag. I don't want any of it. The backpack.
Okay. All right. What about the Peace Love Ranch iPhone case?
No, I do not want that.
Why not? It's nice.
Yeah, but I guess I don't like ranch that much.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't like
But
ranch.
if you want it, the mini keg from Hidden Valley full of ranch is $50. I'm sure that'll go fast.
Yeah, sure.
How much is shipping on that thing?
Way more than you want.
Do you have to fill it up locally? Like they tell you the name of a restaurant, they're like, go fill your keg up.
No, like it's gotta come stuffed with ranch, right?
I don't know.
It has to. It has to. It cannot be at $50. It cannot be just the container.
So this says the inside coating meets FDA specifications and keeps the ranch tasting fresh, and it includes a year's supply of Hidden Valley Ranch. So that's how much they say is held in there. So that's $50.
They're saying 5 liters. Well, okay, then you know what? How much are you spending on ranch week to week?
I don't know if it's that much.
You're just buying it all in advance. But it seems to me like, okay, doesn't that mean you're going to have to keep it in the fridge?
I'm not sure with the keg.
It can't maintain the temperature for that long. But, the nice thing is...
does it actually need refrigerated?
You keep it in the fridge, okay? And then you get it out of parties. It's a ranch keg.
You're going to have some parties.
Oh,
yeah. If anybody gets that, send us a picture.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at radiou.com/donate.
There's like a revolution happening upstairs against Chinese food.